MJBulls is proud to produce the Raising Cannabis Capital podcast. Today's episode will begin after this brief message from our sponsor.
This ain't no desk job, but it's what you got to do to scale up to this in a single growing season. It's how, in Oregon alone, we grew and harvested the single largest crop of CBG in the world. Grit, tenacity, hell, whatever you want to call it. The crew at Hamptown USA has it by the bucket load. Just getting our seeds in the ground back in spring and growing them till fall was nothing short of heroic. Propagation, planting, maintaining what we have, and building what we need. Trust me, this shit ain't easy. But when it comes to harvest time, our team bumps the bar up to a whole new level. Next comes processing. Everything but the top flower goes off to get turned into crude, distillate, isolate, and water-soluble ready. Our product, like our team, is nothing less than best in class. This plant has always had the power to change the world, but it needs people to make it happen. We're lucky to have those people right here at Hamptown USA.
No, you need to have good content that the general audience likes and perceives to be positive in order to retain a positive score, and we call that your influence score. And it truly is influence. So your influence score doesn't just go up like followers, it goes up and down. And it really depends on the recency and the quality of your content.
From MJBulls Media, it's the Raising Cannabis Capital Show. Today in the MJBulls Raising Cannabis Capital series, we're joined by Russel Thomas, founder of Duby, which is a cannabis social media app. Russ, thanks for being on the MJBulls podcast.
Oh, thanks for having me, Dan. It's great.
You know, like so many people in cannabis, your story started with adversity. You had a really sick kid, right?
I do. I still do. But when he was a baby, he was diagnosed with an incurable condition called Fragile X, which is a form of mental retardation. And we were devastated, obviously. And I said, well, has anybody tried cannabis? And with autism they had, and that was the only study I could find. So we were actually the first to really administer and document what we did with cannabis with our son and the Fragile X condition. And it allowed him to walk, talk, and eat foods that he couldn't eat before within 72 hours. It was obvious that it worked. And so we documented, and that really propelled me to take my expertise, exit the industry I'd been in for 2 decades, and enter into cannabis so that I could maintain and find the best medicines for my son and keep moving forward with this research to help other kids too. And so that's how Duby began.
So how's your son doing now?
He's doing great. He's walking, talking. He goes to school.
Oh.
His vocabulary is through the roof. I mean, he still clearly has problems, but in comparison to children that didn't receive the same medication, he's clearly doing far better.
Oh my gosh, that's just such a great story. That's awesome.
It is.
Well, so I downloaded Duby from the App Store, and I got to say, it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. It reminds me of Instagram. It reminds me of Instagram a little bit. It was really easy for me to figure it out because I'm used to Instagram. But for the people that haven't downloaded it yet, tell us about it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Instagram. It's pictures and videos and sharing on a social network. However, it's dedicated to cannabis, and unlike Instagram, we're not going to pull your account, tell you what you can and can't do, or how to do it simply because it's cannabis. So we have that advantage there. We're also, by default, it was designed to be anonymous by default. We wanted to ensure that we protect the user's privacy, being that they could be in a illegal or legal market, but this is more about sharing and showing your experiences. We wanted people to feel comfortable. So that's the aspects of Duby.
Yeah,
in addition to that, Duby is unique, and then it's gamified too. It's actually got gaming aspects in it, so it is very different from just sharing pictures and videos.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the part I thought was really cool about it was it seems like you're rated more on your content than how many followers you have. It's like if you post something that's relevant or people like, but I don't understand exactly how game about it. Maybe you can explain to me how that works.
Well, you hit it it on the head. You said you don't even need to understand it, but you picked up on it immediately. The algorithm is the patent pending algorithm that's proprietary that I wrote that basically makes small decisions, anonymous decisions on information and gamifies that to the point that it encourages better content, not just the I have 100,000 followers, but I haven't actually been in the app in months. No, you need to have good content that the general audience likes and perceives to be positive in order to retain a positive score, and we call that your influence score. And it truly is influence. So your influence score doesn't just go up like followers, it goes up and down. And it really depends on the recency and the quality of your content. So it encourages less content, but better content. So what you're seeing in the app is far better quality because the low quality stuff gets actually put out by the user's actions. And it works in the way of a reverse virus. To simplify it, if you look at a virus and you can go out on the street and infect 100 people by coughing in the middle of the mall, right? It's similar, but in reverse in a good way. You're sending out a message, and if people like it, they pass it on and they continue to infect others. If they don't, it doesn't go far. And these are messages passed anonymously to the person nearest you using the app. And so a bad message, for example, won't get beyond a small city. A great message will get around the world. And that's the effect of a gamified algorithm like Duby.
I think some of these social media networks sort of get weighed down by the enormity of their own organization, and they can't get out of their own way. Facebook is impossible to use, but they have to revamp the whole thing in order to do it, and it's probably just not worth it. Yours is so much slicker.
They've added feature after feature.
Yeah.
You're right. So you're getting to where ultimately this goes. You say, well, yeah, there's Facebook, there's the Instagrams, and so how are you going to compete with them? We don't plan to compete with them. We don't need to compete with them. We are a social network for a micro group and a subculture that ultimately, when it goes legal, they're going to be looking at our simplicity and looking at us as another acquisition target to add into their portfolio potentially. But that's just them. The likes of other ancillary companies in cannabis, media companies and magazines alike have great interest in this audience as well. It's just the businesses. So you see where we're positioning ourselves, and that makes us a huge target the next couple of years.
Well, the business opportunity, and this is, I think this is really the heart of it, is that like over 300,000 app users and 100,000 daily views. I mean, we can't advertise. Like Facebook won't let you put ads on. But then you take something like this that's already targeted on the people that we want. You got a great business model. Tell a little bit more about it. Like if I wanted to advertise on your app, how would I do it?
It's quite simple. You can just go through our website, dubyforbusiness.com or getduby.com. The Get Duby is focused on the app. The business obviously focused on business, but that will drive you through our packages, and they're quite simple. You can have a business account in the app, which gives your advertisements priority. You can schedule them, which is something that we have as a relatively small company. That's not normal, and our businesses absolutely love that ability. And you've got analytics. You've also got what we call replay maps. Because of what I described before, how your ad or a Duby, it gets literally passed anonymously from one user to another, depending on the location where they are nearest to you. This provides a unique advantage to map that, so you can see actually where your ad went in a replay time. So we have replay maps that show you as lines going out and spreading until it literally wraps the world. Wow. And you can see each individual user that got your message and where that goes. And that's so nice to see, because the number one complaint that we hear of the other advertising opportunities that are supporting cannabis is that there's no analytics, there's no real justification for what they're spending. Well, we have that. It's inherent to what we do. It's inherent to our algorithm. So when you're getting a Duby for Business account, you're getting all of that. You're getting the replay match. You're getting the schedule. You're getting the prioritization of your ads that are going to be seen, and they're going to be seen by those nearest to your business, which is the biggest advantage. If you were to send out a Duby from your dispensary, for example, it will find the most recently active Duby users nearest to that location and spread from there. And that is very effective, and you can actually see that in all of the results that we provide.
I want to take a minute to tell you about some really innovative things that our sponsor, Cream of the Crop, is doing in the cannabis space. Their brand is on fire. They have the 5th best-selling indoor flower brand in the state, and they're profitable, growing their business at 10% a month year to date. They're succeeding by helping cultivators turn profits through operation management and consulting in exchange for supply agreements. By bringing 30-plus years of cultivation experience, award-winning genetics, ultra-efficient SOPs, proprietary nutrient mixes, and their brand, They're able to help both operators who are new to the space and ones who want to just increase efficiency. In fact, they just increased profits for one of their clients by $700,000 per month. Just incredible. But what's really exciting is that they're expanding their highly scalable model beyond California. That's right, they're accepting applications across the country for 2021 and 2022 partnerships. Also, if you're planning to invest in cannabis, you should definitely look at Cream of the Crop because they're doing a capital round in early 2021 to help with their brand's national expansion. To learn more about partnering with Cream of the Crop or investing in their expansion, go to creamofthecropgardens.com. That's creamofthecropgardens.com. Building an app is super expensive. All upfront costs. You don't make any money for a long time. And now you have to start marketing this, and that's super expensive. How are you going to fund this next stage of development and marketing?
Great question. We're always raising money, always have been. We've done a great job up until now to build a suite of applications because, like you said, it's extremely expensive. Some of the ways that we save money, however, is that I coded a large chunk of it, especially all the logic on the back end. And, of course, you don't have to pay the CEO and founder any money, at least not yet. So that saves a lot. But, no, we're way bigger than that now, and we have staff and teams for each platform, for that matter, and it's extremely expensive. So we raise money through several ways. Largely accredited private investors. We've had several rounds of angel funding, and we haven't gone to Series A yet. We're still in the junior stages in that regard, but probably about right there. We also opened up recently, as of October 4th, our first initiative for the public, and that is a crowdfunding initiative through Start Engine that you can reach at investinduby.com. So at investinduby.com, you'll see this is Duby, and this is the public face of Duby. This is how you can invest with as little as $500 and get in on Duby. And we wanted to open this option up because our users started demanding it. Like I said, we have this huge culture of users that they love us, they support us, and they want to support us more than just telling everybody to download. They actually want a piece of the game. So we recently opened that up. It closes just a few days before the end of the year. And so we've kept it kind of silent until then. We're really going to push hard in December, but we'd love to see people check it out. And if you're a casual investor, non-accredited, you can use credit card. You can even use Bitcoin, and you can invest in Duby very, very quickly through Start Engine. So just look at investinduby.com if you want to check that out. Other than that, feel free to contact me directly at any time as an accredited or institutional investor, and we're always seeking more money to develop and grow our user base.
Yeah, well, I'll have Russ's information on, and all of Duby's information on the MJBulls website. But think about that, Fish. $500 investment, you might be in the next Instagram, you might be in the next Facebook. The way this industry's going, everything's possible. Everything's possible.
I just want to say this is a baby industry. We say we're years in. We say, since 2012, 2014, whenever you want to call it. That's nothing. That's nothing. We've got Canada. We've got the U.S. going federally legal, and then the rest of the world will follow shortly thereafter. So you can imagine the next projected, we'll call it 3 to 5, even 10 longest, will be enormous for cannabis. And being in an ancillary company, a media company like Duby is really the place to be and the place to invest right now.
I think you're onto something, Russ. Thanks for being on the MJBulls website. I really appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you so much for the interview. Thanks, man.
Yeah, good luck. Crappy's Feel Better Company is a cannabinoid CPG company with a line of easy-to-use CBG, CBD, and CBN products built for the weekend warriors, the weekday Zoomers, and anyone in between. Crappy's next-gen products incorporate pharmaceutical-derived chemistry to precisely blend minor cannabinoids and terpenes, creating a series of proprietary formulas for hyper-targeted use cases. Harnessing a team of experts with over 75 combined years of chemistry experience, the company relies on its novel solubility technology, state-of-the-art delivery, consistent results, and unique eye-catching branding to stand out from the crowd. Crappy's executive team and chemists have created a vast and diverse product pipeline to maintain relevance in a saturated market. To find out how you can participate in Crappy's Feel Better expansion, which includes major retail placements, university-executed clinical trials, IP and patent submissions, GMP and API scale-up, and international distribution, Go to crappiesfeelbetter.com or on Instagram at crappiesfeelbetter. Today's show was made possible by the generous support of our sponsors, like Alt36, the country's premier blockchain payment processing platform that's providing dispensaries and its customers with a safe and secure payment option other than cash. To learn more, go to alt36.com.